that some people from agencies say, "Oh, we are the cool geeks, and you and you and you are invited," and they lead you into some means of yes, they spy on you, and then they want to harm you.
Well, then, I mean, it's the responsibility of the user that if they're saying, I trust this person to know that I'm part of this network, if you're going, you know, and some guy sends you an email from like something at FBI.gov and says, hey, I'm a cool hacker, want to connect to freenet through me, then it's kind of your own fault. I mean, there is a responsibility on the user to, if you're told, you know, find people you trust to connect to, and you connect to a bunch of people you don't really trust or you shouldn't trust, then, you know, it's kind of your own fault.
Okay. Whenever you're communicating, you always end up having to trust somebody. And there are lots of these anonymity networks around and all that, and they tend to, oh, we're going to protect you and you don't have to trust anyone. But the truth is, whatever you do, they always end up with somebody that you have to trust. And in most of these systems, you end up having to trust some centralized third party, whether it's the person who gives you the nodes that you're connecting to in your anonymity network or something like that. You end up having to trust these people. So. And what this does is not that it takes away the element of trust. You can still get screwed if your friend screws you, but you decentralize it so that everyone is only trusting the people they use. So I got this from somebody who, after discussing this with me, said an analogy is everybody trusts their mother, but not everyone trusts my mother. So we have a decentralized trust system where, yes, people can get, I mean, you can't stop people. If your friends turn on you, you're in trouble. But at least there isn't some point where somebody can come in and turn on everyone.
You're not being forced to trust a stranger. You have to trust your friends. Surely it's better to trust your friends than to be asked to trust a stranger.
Okay, but history shows that some groups were screwed up by trusting friends.
Well, get better friends. I mean. It's not a perfect system, but it's better than what is available to people today, and that's really the goal. If the goal is, and this is something you get a lot in anonymity systems, you know, people kind of say, hey, but wait, it's not perfect. And, you know, that's the problem with that is that if you wait for something perfect, then in the meantime, you've got a bunch of people using something that is a lot worse than the imperfect thing that you could be offering to people. So of course, the goal is always perfection. But if you just wait until you've achieved perfection before you release anything, then you'll never release anything. And, you know, you're not helping anyone by doing that, because today people are using architectures which are a lot less secure than this architecture, you know, even though this architecture has still not achieved perfection.
Yeah.
Hi. Thank you. I think we need to...
I have a quick question, but I'll just ask you in person afterwards. I mean, just to say that I work with some of the type of organizations that you mentioned, and so I think this is really great. The thing is, how do you use the transmission, in not just for web, but for email and things like that as well? So I'll...
Yeah, well, you can use it for other things as well. We discussed the freenet application of this sort of thing, but you can definitely do point-to-point routing and that sort of thing as well.